Dr. Darby here with your next immune boosting video. And this one is all about the impact of stress on our immune function. We've probably heard this before, that when we're under stress, our immune system goes down. So what we want to do today is really explain why, but more importantly, how to reverse that to reduce our stress response and regain and improve our overall immune system along with our overall health. And to do that well, I need to explain a little bit about how the brain operates. Okay, so our brain controls every cell, every tissue, every organ and function, including our immune function in the body. Okay, and a lot of this it does automatically. And the division of the nervous system in the brain that does this is called your autonomic nervous system. Just think, like, you don't have to think of your body to tell it to fight off a cold or a flu. It does it automatically. And so that means it's controlled by your autonomic nervous system, along with like your heart and your digestion and your reproduction and hormone levels. All these things happen automatically. Okay, and so our autonomic nervous system has two different operating modes. It has a mode to deal with stress, and then it has a mode to deal with long-term health and long-term survival. And so the mode to deal with stress, I like to think of the gas pedal. And this side of the autonomic nervous system is really designed to handle kind of really short-term survival situations. Like, think back in the caveman and cavewoman era, like when there was a bear chasing you. Your body would rightly and properly go into this stress response to give you some superhuman capabilities to survive this impending bear attack, like increasing your heart rate, increasing your blood pressure, increasing your cortisol levels and other stress hormones, which actually has a negative consequence on your other hormones, by the way. But also it's going to decrease your immune response because it needs those resources to deal with this bear attack. Because like really the cold and flu becomes irrelevant at that point if there's a bear chasing me, because if I don't survive this next 5 minutes, the cold and flu doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, but the other side of the nervous system, autonomic system, is like the brake pedal. It's the side that rests and recovers from these stressful events. And it's really important because this is really where our long-term health is. This is the side that lets us rest really well at night and recover. This is the side that digests our food, that lets us reproduce, that gets us into just really overall healthy states and having a really strong immune system, okay? Because at this point, the cold and flu does matter because we want to fend it off as much as we can for our long-term health. And so the balance between the gas and the brake pedal is really key. And so the things that we can do to improve that are what's going to return our immune system back up to where it should be and help us properly manage stress. And so that's where this poster comes in. So this is like the kitchen sink metaphor of your life. Think of the water flowing into your life, or the stress flowing into your life, like water flowing into this kitchen sink. Think of your brain and nervous system like the actual sink itself. It can handle a certain amount of water. It can handle a certain amount of bandwidth. But when we tend to overflow our sink with too much water or too much stress, it tends to overflow and create health problems and damage to our quality of life, including the suppressed immune function and poor digestion and a bunch of other things. And so the water coming in, we can actually control to some extent. We can't get rid of all stressors, of course, but we can eliminate some of them. And the main categories of stressors are chemical, physical, and emotional stressors. There's also another one, electromagnetic, that's starting to become a bigger factor these days. I can explain more about that if you want in the future, just ask. But the chemical, emotional, and physical stressors come into our life, and our brain has to adapt to them and deal with them. Okay, and if it can't get rid of them fast enough or adapt to them well, we get overflow. And so the keys to having good stress releasers are things like chiropractic care. When we get that brain and body talking in a better, more efficient way, that automatically reduces stress in the body. And it shifts you to the brake pedal side really quickly, actually. So in our office, we actually measure this, the balance between the gas and the brake pedal. And we track it as well too, because it's really important for your overall health. So chiropractic, we want to make sure that your spine and your brain are functioning 100%, and we can help you with that with the adjustment. But then also, we have some other videos in our series actually addressing these. Exercise, and then good nutrition. This is really key in helping you handle stress and overall returning your immune function back to where it should be. Some other key ones though are sufficient rest, making sure we're getting good downtime to recover from these stressful moments in our lives. But then also having a really good purposeful life with a positive mental attitude. These are keys that allow us to not get stuck on that gas pedal. When we have a more positive outlook on what's going on in our lives and the stressors that we are encountering, our brain is less likely to get stuck on that gas pedal, and it's more likely to operate in a state of balance even though there is stress going on in our lives. And so those are the things I just ask you to focus on, making sure you're getting adjusted, good exercise, good rest, good nutrition, and then having just a good outlook. These keys will help reduce the stress in your life and increase your immune response so that you can fight off the colds and flus, but then also just have an overall greater quality of health and life. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.